Why do we want to heal and not become like those who hurt us? Why not get revenge, basically? Why not give eye for an eye? So I saw this thing on Pinterest that said the real flex is allowing God to heal you and not becoming like those who hurt you. And I just thought that was really well stated, because it's true. You do not want to become like those who have hurt you. And that is actually, the enemy, one of his tactics is when we are hurt, he wants us to stay in that hurt and that brokenness. But God wants to heal us. And so I kind of was thinking about it after I saw that. I was thinking about it a little bit, and it's kind of like, why do we want to heal and not become like those who hurt us? Why not get revenge, basically? Why not give eye for an eye? And I'm going to read you this passage that came to mind as I was sitting there thinking about this, and it is from Ephesians 4, and I'm going to start in verse 31. It says, I'm going to try, I don't want to have to look down the whole time I'm reading, but okay, it says, let all bitterness, anger, and wrath, shouting and slander be removed from you, along with malice, and be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving one another, just as God also forgave you in Christ. Going into chapter 5. Therefore, be imitators of God as dearly loved children, and walk in love as Christ also loved us and gave himself for us, a sacrificial and fragrant offering to God. So, first of all, the Bible tells us that we need to put away bitterness, anger, wrath, shouting, slander, malice. And people who have hurt us, those are usually the characteristics or the ways that they have hurt us. So we don't want to become like them. We don't want to have bitterness and anger and malice, and we don't want to slander other people, right? So we don't want to become like them because the Bible literally tells us not to do those things that they've done. In fact, the Bible tells us to be kind and compassionate and forgiving. And the forgiveness part, that can be a tough one. And that's a whole nother video. I have actually talked about that in another video, and I probably will talk about it more, especially if you want to. So leave a comment and let me know. But that can be a process. For myself in certain situations, I compare it to like an onion. There are times where it is a process and there's layers, and then there's times where it's done. So we are to be compassionate and forgiving, and that's the opposite of being bitter and having malice and being, hateful towards people. And the other reason is, like it says in chapter 5, verse 1, therefore be imitators of God. Imitators of God. We are to be transformed more and more into Christ's image, and we are to imitate him. He is forgiving and loving, so we need to be forgiving and loving. Asterisk here, I'm not saying be a doormat, be a punching bag, let people walk all over you. I'm saying we should not be like the people who hurt us, because they are the opposite of loving and forgiving. And we need to be like Christ, imitators of God, as dearly loved children, and walk in a fragrant offering to God. You know, He loved us, He forgave us, and so it is windy here. So we are to really be more transformed into Christ, into God's image every day. So I hope that helped you. I know that this can be difficult. And I, to this day, am still walking through some healing from things from, years ago. And like I said, it's a process, and I just always think of Shrek like it's an onion. There's layers. And the other thing is, and I've shared about this before, but when I've had people slandering me, lying about me, being hateful, I've had to really take the high road, not do what they do. And it was hard. It can be hard. And you want justice, but you have to let God bring that justice. And I tell you, if I had not given it to God, and I'm not saying that I was perfect. I'm not saying that I never said a bad word about these people. But for the most part, I gave everything to God, and it was a continual process, sometimes every single day, sometimes 10, 15 times a day. And there was blessings out of that. Taking the high road, one, knowing I can lay my head down at night, knowing that I can be found blameless. Two, putting it in God's hands and letting Him deal with it way better than I ever could. And three, He gave the justice that I'd been praying for, and in a way better way than I ever could. So those are the benefits of not becoming like those who've hurt you, of not, sinking to their level. So I hope that encouraged you as well. I don't know, I think I'm gonna get off of here now because it's pretty windy. Thanks for watching.